But here's the video I wanted to show you about Dick Durbin and how he is proposing a bill to allow illegal immigrants to serve in the military. Just take a listen to this.
What troubles me about the debate now about the southern border is it is one half of the immigration equation. Yes, we need order at the border. Yes, we need to have changes in the laws that reflect the reality of the overwhelming numbers from all over the world who are coming to our shores and our border. But there's also an incredible demand for legal immigration into this country, even now. The presiding officer, my colleague from the state of Illinois, has legislation which addresses one aspect of that. Her bill, and I hope I describe it accurately, says that if you're an undocumented person in this country and you can pass the physical and the required test, background test, the like, you can serve in our military. And if you do it honorably, we will make you citizens of the United States. Do we need that? Do you know what the recruiting numbers are at the Army and the Navy and the Air Force? They can't reach their quotas each month. They can't find enough people to join our military forces. And there are those who are undocumented who want the chance to serve and risk their lives for this country. Should we give them the chance? I
See, there you go. You heard that. They are saying the quiet part out loud now. They are coming out and saying what exactly they're looking to do. They're coming out and telling you what the plan is. And what you see going on in Chicago is just a precursor to what they want to do in the rest of the country. The fact that you have the senator from Illinois, Dick Durbin, actually saying out loud that illegal immigrants, illegal aliens, people that came over here illegally should serve in our military. And if they do, then they'll have a path to citizenship. Isn't that crazy? That is crazy, right? But I'm not surprised because that has been the plan all along. And I know a lot of people got upset when Tucker Carlson and other people talked about the great replacement theory and all that stuff. But what I would disagree with Tucker on is that the great replacement plan wasn't for white people. The great replacement plan is to remove black people, is to strip black people and push black people even further down. Because what that does, see, that ties into cultural Marxism, that ties into this whole oppressor and oppressed ideology that is being pushed by the Democrats. Because what you do is you create the problem and then you come in and provide a solution for the problem. So if they bring all this influx of illegals in from the southern border, bust them into these democratically controlled cities by black people, like, for example, New York. Think about it. The mayor in New York, black guy. The mayor in Chicago, black guy. The mayor in Atlanta that's pushing for these illegals to come to his city, black people. So they, oh boy, I tell you, these black progressives, they really are in bed with these people that don't care about the black community. But what is going to happen is these people who come on over here illegally are going to come in and strip away and take away opportunities from black people. Yeah, they're coming in to take away opportunities from black people. And so therefore black people will be pushed further and further down. And the ones who do not have a true relationship with Christ, who do not understand that they have to operate in God's economy and try to operate in this system that has been set up by these people who do not care about them, by these elites who only want to keep them in a permanent serfdom, these people will become even more frustrated and they'll buy into the lie that America is systemically racist. They'll buy into the lie that they are oppressed. They'll buy into the lie of white supremacy. And all that does is just a self fulfilling prophecy. All that does is cause more and more black people to not want to work, more and more black people, more and more poor people to stay on the dole of the government, to be the controlled opposition, if you will, to be the serfs, the working class, the actually they're not even gonna be the working class. They're gonna be the serfs, they're gonna be the servants, they're gonna be the useful idiots that the elites use to continue to perpetuate this cycle. They'll build this system upon the backs of the people that they claim to be helping. And that's what they always do. But the problem is, a lot of folks are not waking up to this reality. Some are. Some are starting to wake up to this reality, but unfortunately, a lot of them are not. A lot of people are still in the dark. They still think that voting for Democrats as a person of color, as a black person, is what you do. That's why you have so many of them vote for these Democrats. That's why I have 90% voter participation for the Democratic Party from the black community. That's why they always go every 2 to 4 years into the black church and they say things that are biblical, say things that are Christian. They speak Christianese in order to make sure black people come out and turn out for them. And then once they get into office, get into power, then they help the real constituency, the LGBTQ and the illegals and the feminists and those people, and they don't do anything for black folks. But that's been the racket, that's been the game all along. And unfortunately, what they do is they use mayors, they use progressives like Brandon Johnson as a cover. They use him as a cover, right? So they're using Brandon Johnson as a cover because he's a black guy. They can accomplish just like they did with Obama. See, they use Obama as a cover to get in the LGBTQ agenda because they knew that a lot of people would be afraid to speak out against Obama because he's a black person. He's a person of color. So you can't speak out against him or you'll be called a racist. You'll be called a homophobe. You'll be called sexist, this and that. And so therefore they're using Brandon Johnson in the same capacity. They're using Brandon Johnson in the same capacity. They're sneaking in their agenda. They're pushing their agenda with the cover of a black leader in the city. But I'm glad to see that some black people are finally stepping up, raising their voices, expressing themselves, making their voice known, and speaking truth to the power that's looking to inflict harm upon their community.